Yo, what is up, my terrifically terrible tubers? We'll go with that. Thanks for watching. Here we are on Magic Online for some more vintage Cuberino. Thanks, and hit that like and subscribe. Leave a comment after the video is done. You know the deal by now. Cube format, so it's a draft format with some of Magic's most powerful cards, including power. Lots of good archetypes you can draft here. We are in our pick one, pack one, where I see a few different cards that I think you could realistically take. Or at least I like. Is it Signet? One of the best Signets. Always love a good mana rock. Teferi Time Raveler. Not a very fun card, but it is a pretty good card. Ulamog, strong, colorless, ramp target with a nice cast ability. Crocus, and a Tri-land. Yeah, if you know me, you know I like taking the rocks, and I think Is it Signet is one of the best ones, so I don't mind just first picking that here. Sheesh, had I taken Teferi first pick, we would take like another Teferi here or Jace. I guess we're probably still just going to take the Jace anyways. But somebody to the left of me, whoever I'm passing to, could very easily go Teferi into Teferi. What other good cards are in this second pick? Animate Dead for the ever-realistic Reanimator. Goblin Welder, good card for the artifact deck that's likely to wheel. Ponder, fantastic. Yeah, Signet into Jace. Can't really go wrong with that. Maybe I try a little bit of Storm, huh? What if we take this Frantic Search here, try to wheel the Bolas' Citadel? I haven't done a Storm on one of these recorded videos yet, I think. I've done a few on stream, which I think one or two might have been uploaded as VODs, but yeah, let's try to force a little bit of Storm business here. And we are getting some good ones for that. Okay, so I'm actually really glad I took the Is it Signet over the Teferi then, pick one, pack one, if we are going to end up in this route. We get a Time Spiral here, pick number 4. Ideally, we would end up wheeling the Cabal Ritual, but I don't generally think that tends to wheel. But the draw 7 is more important anyways, and ones that are quote-unquote free are a little bit too good. So this is a fantastic Storm start. Pick up a little Chrome Mox action here as well, pick number 5. So Storm is a mechanic. I'll show you, I'll highlight one of the cards if we ever see them, but it's a mechanic where for each spell cast previous to the Storm card, you get an extra copy of that Storm card. So there are cards that can effectively just win the game should you build up enough Storm. Chrome Mox here. So cards that are, again, free, like the Frantic Search, like the Time Spiral, or ones that generate quick mana, and also free in this example, are very, very strong. Trinket Mage is okay. Normally with Trinket Mage, you want to have a couple of good hits, and not just like one hit. So even if you have like Soul Ring or Black Lotus, if that's your only hit for it, generally, I don't tend to play this type of card, but right now we have the Chrome Mox, and this is halfway through pack 1, so likely that we can get some better hits for it later on, and if we get lucky, you know, we get one of those stronger ones, but looks like a good pick here. Bayou would be another consideration, and Fatal Push a safe pick for removal. Wow. Getting Mox Diamond, Lotus Petal. Here's one of those Storm cards I was talking about. I think this is the least effective Storm win con, but it is an okay Storm win con if you can't get any others. So this is pack 1, don't need to take it. We're going to take the Mox Diamond, and this is a really, really insane start. Ooh, yes, speaking of, Underworld Breach is another fantastic card for the Storm deck. You can actually go infinite with this card and a couple of other cards. I mean, we already have like Frantic Search for it. So draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards, untap 3 land, right? You don't need too many cards in your graveyard to go off with Underworld Breach and Frantic Search. So now we're going to be looking for Brain Freeze, specifically when you have Breach. You also want to find like Thassa's Oracle and Lion's Eye Diamond. Those would all be fantastic pickups as we get the Rogrin Triome on the wheel. Little bit of red-blue fixing, not bad. I mean, we already have fantastic fixing between Diamond, Mox, and Signet. This, I'd say, is a pretty ideal pack 1 for Storm, though. I mean, I might not even need to run... So normally you're playing, like, blue-blacks when you're in Storm, because Tendrils of Agony is a thing. But if you go blue-red Storm, you get access to, like, 1,000-Year Storm, that Ignite Memories, that's probably going to end up wheeling. Some other things, like the Fire Blast, if we end up in 1,000-Year Storm, is a really, really solid win con. Oh, there's the Citadel, too. Okay, we did wheel that. Fun. So now Tinker becomes a very, very good pickup. Tinker is a backup win con. Or maybe not backup is not the right word, but another good way to win, I should say. Red-green fixing, maybe? I mean, I will take the Ignite Memories if it wheels. It'll be one of the last cards in the pack, right? So Cabal Ritual didn't come back? Is that right? I don't remember what pick it was, but I think it has already gone around because we're on pick 13. Now, Storm is weak to some things. Hand Disruption, Counter Magic. Sometimes even just a fast, aggressive deck can beat you down before you get your combo online, but... Let's see, red, white, black fixing, that's a maybe. And, okay, we did get the Ignite Memories 15th pick, so... Potential win con already acquired, although, again, that's not my preferred win condition, if I'm going to Storm. Let's move on to pack number 2, and no power, but a lot of good cards here. Dimir's Signet's going to be one of the top cards on those, on that list, I should say. Whisper's pretty solid, Golgari's Signet's fine, Vamp Tutor, fantastic, Library of Alexandria, always good. I think what we're going to do here is take the Vamp Tutor. The Storm deck really wants to find specific cards, and so Tutors are, I think, one of the best pickups you can get for them. I'm not sure if we can wheel... I mean, maybe we wheel Golgari's Signet, but I'm expecting Dimir's Signet to be taken, unfortunately. I don't expect Knight's Whisper to wheel, but it could. Force, I guess Arid Mesa, maybe. Yeah, Tutor's just a little bit too good. Okay, there's Tendrils of Agony if we want to go for that route. Not my preferred Storm win condition, honestly. It's like, okay. I mean, what else am I taking here? We can take Show and Tell. Show and Tell Citadel is a really strong play. But I expect both of those to come back. Either one I take, we should see the other. So we'll just take the Storm win con and then plan on wheeling to Show and Tell. Another good pack here. There's a Channel. Sholdred is really, really good as well as just like a random 4-drop, because when you're running a lot of these card draw effects, not only does it bolster your life total, but you can just deal like 14 damage to your opponent out of nowhere, you know? I think the two other choices here, and probably what I'm going to take, are like Mana Leak and Spire Bluff Canal, though. Fixing or cheap interaction are always really good. Maybe Fixing's just a safer choice, though, at the end of the day. Foothills is tempting, because it does grab Triome. It's also a card in the graveyard for Breach. I guess Spire Bluff Canal's likely to wheel, so yeah, I'll go ahead and take the Foothills here instead. There's another pretty good land. Actually, a few good lands here. Zagoth Triome for black-blue is good. Volcanic for red-blue is good. Sparas for... Oh, I guess we wouldn't want Sparas. Another Signet here is okay, though it doesn't really add any of our colors. Upheaval's super strong as well, but this is not going to be a good Upheaval deck. So, I think I gravitate towards taking the red-blue land. Oh, actually, no. You know what? Zagoth Triome lets Wooded Foothills grab a black source, so that's probably better. I don't love tap lands, though, when I'm running Storm, but that's probably okay. Gush here versus Toxic Deluge. Toxic is always nice to have as a backup, or rather, like a oh crap button, you know? Versus the creatures. Emrakul. Interesting. I think we just Chalice here now and don't need the Steam Vents or the Black Cleave Cliffs. Colorless Ramp that you can also cast for 0 for extra Storm is nice. Academy. Interesting. I have 4 artifacts right now. I mean, we're not running anything else in this pack, so this has some really good potential. Time Warp, huh? Time Warp's one of those cards that doesn't really fit all that well into Storm. Awkwardly. Because usually you're going off in 1 turn anyway, so an extra turn doesn't really matter. But I guess since I have Spiral and Citadel, it does make sense. I think Golos is also a consideration here after getting Academy. But the Warp seems a little bit better. Alright, so this is our initial pack. We did in fact wield the Golgari Signet. No surprise that Dimir Signet got taken, but this is still a nice pickup. Any cards in the board that I want to run? Black-red for Savai Triumph. I don't think we want the Savai. We already have 2 other Triomes. And these both produce blue as our main color. Hullbreaker Horror on the wheel. Okay, nice land wheels here. Spire Bluff, Lava Claw, Emry is even okay. So pack 3 does need to give me a few other of the Storm staples. We could always just build some weird Grixis control-y deck and not necessarily Storm. Damn, Upheaval Wheeling is kind of sick too, but again, doesn't fit the deck right now. I could just take the Upheaval and maybe go a different direction, because pack 2 didn't really give us all the Storm cards we want, but I guess I'll just take Signet here and maximize our Tolarian Academy value. Let's see, we could use another draw 7. Yawgmoth's Will would be great. Brain Freeze would be an ideal win con if I can get Thassa's Oracle. Tinker would be really, really good for Citadel. Yeah, I don't think the deck right now is where we want it to be, but it doesn't take very many cards for it to turn into something gross. It's my easiest cut right now. Probably Selesnya Signet. Okay, there's Tinker. That is a huge boon. I am passing 2 blue Signets, which is unfortunate. I wouldn't expect either of them to wheel, but Tinker for Citadel is a very easy way to win. Good. There is 1,000-Year Storm if we want to do that. I don't have any burn spells yet. I guess I have the Fire Blast, but I would need 2 mountains. Oh, I have the Ignite Memories. That card's going to wheel, though. So I think we just wheel the 1,000-Year Storm and probably look at Gitaxian Probe here as a free spell. Another decent win con we could take is just Urza's Saga. Like, right? It has 3 0-mana artifacts you can grab, although some of them are pretty... Actually, all of them are kind of awkward. But more importantly, it makes a bunch of fat tokens, but I think Probe here makes more sense. There's Imperial Seal for another tutor. Strip Mine's pretty scary here. Metalworker, pretty medium. Now let's go for Seal. Especially after taking the Tinker. Another way to tutor for it seems real nice. There's Top. Okay, that's real good too. We already have the Citadel. We already have Trinket Mage. That gives us like 1 good target for Trinket Mage, while the other 3 are just like, okay. Fantastic. Also increases the value of our Academy. Let's pick number 4. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get there on like the true Storm plan, it feels like. The Underworld Breach is kind of awkward. The Tendrils is kind of awkward. So I don't have any rituals. Besides like Frantic Search with Academy, which is kind of a ritual. I don't have LED, Lion's Eye Diamond. I don't have Yawgmoth's Will. I don't have Brain Freeze. I don't have Oracle. So whoever took the Cabal Ritual in pack 1 might be taking a few of our cards. But I don't know. We've also seen some really good cards go around kind of late for this strategy, so it could also be that those cards just aren't opened, and that happens, right? Out of, I think it's like 540 cards in the cube, you only see 360 of them in any given draft. So sometimes you have like the perfect storm start, and then you just don't see some of the cards because they're not opened. Dak is a real good one too. Dak is just good in any deck if you can afford the mana. I might end up running that Savai Triome after all. Again, I just don't like running too many tap lands in Storm where you really want your lands to enter untapped, but card is too good to pass up. Sheesh. That is a lot of good artifact stuff. Fable of the Mirror Breaker? Do we want that? Duretti lets us get Citadel from the graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could take Duretti and maybe wheel the Mindslaver as a backup win con too. That actually seems like it might work out. Let's try that. There's High Tide and Memory Jar. The High Tide doesn't look great, but it looks maybe okay. The issue is I'm running 3 colors, so I don't know how many islands I'm actually going to be running. But I have Frantic Search and Time Spiral with it. I'm guessing Memory Jar is probably safer. You know what I could also do? I could just take Sphinx of the Steel Wind as another Tinker backup win con. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the Sphinx here as a backup Tinker target for aggressive decks. I could also take Incinerate here for the potential 1,000-Year Storm Wheel. So there is Past in Flames, but that is not Yawgmoth's Will, and it doesn't look like it's good enough in this deck. I have no rituals. So black-red land again, but it's tapped. Man, so many Triome cards is really awkward. There's the 1,000-Year Storm. That doesn't even look good in this deck, though. I don't have enough instants and sorceries to go off with it, so we'll take a Braid for the board. Yep, I'm guessing either somebody else was in Storm, but more likely the cards that we wanted just weren't opened. Kiki Jiki going around super late. I could take that. We could wheel that Zealous Conscripts, but I guess Bloom kind of makes sense here. We can still storm off. Dragon's kind of scary. Ah, so this was the pack that I wanted the Mindslaver to come back in, and we did not get it. Okay. Okay. I would call this a slightly failed Storm deck, but I think it still has potential. We have 2 Tutors, we have Tinker, so I think this is still a very, very yeah, maybe strong is word. Maybe strong is not the word. It has good potential. Maybe a low floor but a high ceiling. All right, do I want to run that stupid Savai Triome after I'm running all of these other ones already? So this is black-red, this is blue-black, this is blue-red. I don't think we need it. Gosh, do I have to run this Ignite Memories? It just doesn't seem right. I mean, I have Tendrils already. God, Breach doesn't even look good in this deck. Could run Ignite Memories and bring in like an Abrade. Do you want 16 lands here or 17? I guess 16 is okay. So maybe we would want the red-black land then. Man, 4 Triomes is so gross. I'm pretty sure that all these tap lands are gonna really hurt us. Am I better off just running stupid basics? Oh, I said I'm going to run the Sphinx too as an extra tinker target. Maybe I'll cut the Abrade since we already have Toxic for that. Okay, yeah, I'll run the four triomes. Or, let's see, this grabs blue, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 4 triomes. That's going to be, I think having 4 triomes is probably going to lose us a game or two, but probably a necessity given what we have. Let's try this little storm brew here in the Vintage Cube. Stay tuned. Okay, here we are for round 1 of this Vintage Cube with this random storm deck. We have a hand of all mana sources, and I'm going to keep it because I am a risky bisky. So we're going to lead on blue-black here while suspending Bloom, and then we might cycle the Savai Triome after Signet on turn 2, cycle turn 3. I have a bunch of card draw effects and a couple of tutors, so I think a hand like this is okay, though obviously if we just brick out, it doesn't do anything, but I think these are a type of hands that are fine. This will be embarrassing. Uh-oh. Usually that means they don't like their deck. Okay. Oh, that... Is that every single Signet? I think we have 3 Signets, and that's all of them, huh? Oh, I see. Now I understand their comment. Blue-white Bomat Courier. That is also not the card we were looking for. So next turn, I might just go Signet plus Cycle. I mean, if nothing else, we can cast the Tendrils for a small amount and gain a little bit of life back. Because we do have some reshuffle effects and whatnot. I'm concerned they're going to have counter magic for us, though. Okay. Yeah. This is actually a scenario where I'm pretty happy we have the Triomes, because even though, yeah, they suck when they enter tapped and you need the mana, I'm flooding out, so being able to cycle them for a redraw is kind of nice here. You know what? The Bomat Courier could just be like a Tinker card in their deck. They might not have red. I would guess they probably do, but you never know. Okay, and more mana sources. So far we've drawn mana sources and tendrils. Yikes. Holy crap. Okay, things are starting to get a little bit unlucky here. Wow. We've had 6 draws. 5 of them were mana sources, and 1 of them was tendrils. Good news is, the opponent is not doing anything over there on their end of things, so... I guess they just... Oh, well, that would have... If they didn't have a counter, that was probably going to win. They must have bricked on land again. That was a very weird game. They did say it was going to be embarrassing. I don't know who it was more embarrassing for, because I think both players had a pretty embarrassing, yeah. Blue-white Bomat Courier or Mana Rock, Mana Rock, Mana Rock, Mana Rock, Mana Rock. Alright. Well, I guess we'll take it. I don't know if I'm supposed to bring in a Braid after seeing that. Okay. Yeah, again, given what we saw from them game one, I don't mind keeping a hand like this. Oh, there they go. That's good. Let's go Triome, Bloom. So if we find Citadel, we can discard it to Frantic Search and then get it back with Duretti. Ooh, now I wish I had brought in the Braid. Nice draw. Alright, no whammies, please. 5 mana is a lot of manas. Is Porcelain Legionnaire? No. Metamorph? Metamorph Monolith? Or maybe they copy my Signet because they need blue. I love it. That's great. Laelia. That is actually quite a bit of pressure. Okay. And they did hit a land off of her, so they can play that after attacking. Okay, Bloom's gonna pop off next turn. There's Trinket Mage, which can grab our top. All right. I'm not sure how good Ignite Memories is going to be versus them. I'm still kind of befuddled by their blue-white sources plus Bomat Courier last game too. Okay. Hit Red Elemental Blast. Nice. They can blow up my Trinket Mage with that. So if they attack and let me block, I'm supposed to do so, because they have this. Seasoned Pyro. Huh. Are they splashing like Time Walk and stuff then? Yeah, there they go. Okay. Alright, so we're going to try to go off next turn. Because not too unlikely that we would be dead next turn if we just pass. So we get the Bloom online, that's one spell. Chrome Box. We'll start off by firing a Frantic here. Ooh, yikes. Wow, okay. So Duretti can dig us a little bit deeper, or we can also spin the top. So we're going to discard the lands for Storm Count. Let's take a peek what's underneath. There we go. There we go. They're at 18. Hmm. I might actually have to... Because we want to keep the top if we tinker... Oh, you know what I could do? I could just grab Sphinx of the Steel Wind. But we know they're playing blue and white. So it might be better just to go for it this turn, right? Yeah. I think it's better to go for it this turn and keep the top. So I'm going to have to Chrome Mox here. Our memories. Play out the Duretti. Discard the Chalice. Tinker. Citadel. And then go from here. We can play the land. Draw. Play the top. Uh-oh. I only have a little bit of life to work with here. I don't need the 1 mana. We'd rather... Dack. That's not worth it. We just need to find like Tendrils or one of our tutors. All of my lands. Okay. That puts me to 5. No, that puts me to 3. Oh, that doesn't work. Wait, no, that puts me to 4. Oh! We're 1 mana short or 1 life short. If I seal, it costs 1 life initially and then 2 life. And then I can't get Tendrils and cast Tendrils. Oh my gosh. What can I grab in the deck? Damn it. So what I think I have to do is just get lucky, right? Just find Tendrils of Agony in the next couple of cards on top. Right? I go to 6, I go to 4. Yeah. That doesn't work. So close. Okay. 1 more. Toxic. That doesn't work. Alright, GG's. Sheesh. I guess we can take a little bit more information on what's in their deck. Oh yeah, okay, so they are more effectively mono-red. Oh, you know what? We got baited hard. Turns out getting the Sphinx might have won. Wow. I got scared because we saw... Yeah. I got scared because we saw the, we saw the blue-white and stuff on game 1. Okay, so it turns out Sphinx is just going to be a win. We'll cut the Ignite, we'll bring in early interaction in the form of a Braid. That's funny, I just ended the stream about a half an hour ago, before I started recording, and we had Tinker with Citadel and Sphinx in our very last deck, and the majority of the time tinkering for Sphinx would have just won, but I always went for Citadel for the fun. Alright, we'll go to game 3. If we have an early Tinker, that'll be game over. We have to just be careful about the Red Elemental Blast specifically, but we'll be on the play here as well, so... this hand is good. So I have Sphinx in my hand, which is unfortunate, but grabbing an early Citadel still should be good enough, and we have a Braid for early pressure. Oh, that's nice too. Alright, I hope they just play a random 2-drop creature here, or tap out for their monolith again. See, there's that scary blue-white mana now. I knew something like that was gonna happen. Okay. We just need to find another land, but now I have to play the land before tinkering. Good news is the Abrade's gone. So if we find, or if we tinker for Citadel, it might be better. Actually, I'm gonna wait a turn here. Because they need to apply pressure on me. What? These blue-white lands are such bait. Tap out. Play some random red creatures. More. More mana. More. Okay. Alright, we'll go for it now. Kind of have to. And immediately hit land. So unlucky. Well, if we lose, we had a chance to win just by going Tinker for Sphinx on the previous game. Ugh. Hopefully this is just like Glorybringer and then we can win somehow. Okay. So I'm going to go to 9 after taking 4 here and 2 off of this Vortex. So we don't have much work, or we don't have much life to work with. I guess I... Oh, I don't even gain life. Oh my gosh. I don't even gain life here. That's good. Hold up, hold up. No, Sphinx doesn't gain life with Vortex. So I still need to win this turn. Oh my lord. That's so sick. Okay, I'm at 1, and then we have to brainstorm and pray. Frantic for redigging is not bad. Into top? It doesn't matter what we put on top, doesn't it? Spin and lose. Man, this is a feel bad. And another land on top. Okay. Good beats. We spun a lot of wheels and we died. I think our deck is sweet. And had I just grabbed our stupid... Had I just grabbed the stupid Sphinx last game, we would have won, but we got completely baited by their blue-white lands in game 1, so... Like, in game 2, when I tutored for Citadel, what was their hand after I peeked at it? They had Fable, Glorybringer, some other stuff. They didn't have Vortex, right? If they had Vortex in hand, I'd probably still end up losing, but if they didn't, then the Sphinx would have just won. So... sucks! Good deck, good fun. Let's go to round 2. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Here we are for round 2, and I'm keeping another hand that has like mono mana sources. Turn 1 Tree Speaker from the opponents. That's gonna be very good here. If they just go level up and play another creature, I will definitely toxic next turn. Signet. It's still probably worth it to... Oh. Okay, that makes things a little more interesting. Because now I can just go vamp for Tinker. So I'm going to let them have their Tree Speaker this turn. This is another candidate for just going to grab Sphinx versus what could be a mono green deck. Karn. Okay. Give them the diamond. So they do have Hoof in hand. Sorry, they have Hoof in exile that they can go maybe grab later. So there is, I think, now better lines. Sphinx honestly loses to Hoof a lot of the times. So let's go grab Tinker. And we're just going to tinker tinker our Citadel. And we're going to do it off of Chrome Mox, exiling nothing. Okay, Jace, that's a nice one. Okay, that will probably do her, because now I can brainstorm. And then, let's see. It's currently for 5. So yeah, let's put Tendrils, then Time Warp on top. Time Warp ourselves. Tendrils for 12. Gain a bunch of life back. And then take another turn where we're about to pop off our Bloom too. Okay, now we take our extra turn. We get the Bloom off of Suspend. Draw the land. So let's play this land out. That's good. We can DAC through the garbage. Ignite Memories on top. Fun, 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 fun. Yeah, let's brainstorm then. Draw. Oh, that'll do. Okay, so now we put Doretti top on top. And now we just Ignite Memories for infinite. Recasting the top for a ton of Storm. Oh, good. The probe's going to let us take a peek and see if they have enough good hits. Mox Diamond, land, sneak attack, sort of body and mind. Okay, so I do need to go off a little bit. But we have a lot of time to do it. So they have 2 bricks and 2 hits. All right, go to 1. Keep the storm brewing. Blue, 1, 2, 3. Frantic search. Three. Signet. So if they somehow live through 20 Storm of Ignite Memories, I will be very impressed. The odds of that have to be... I don't even want to think about it. Alright, there we go. Only took a couple hits. Alright. I think Ignite Memories is actually going to be a weaker win con versus them, generally. So, if we get the early Tinker, we'll just go for Sphinx. Oh, they have Sneak Attack, too. But... depending on scenario, yeah. Man, it's too bad that we can't 3-0 with this deck. I think it's really good. It's missing a couple things and the mana's a little sketchy, but like I said, it has a low floor but a high ceiling. If we high roll, it can do some stuff. Okay, on to game 2 of the second round. We're on the draw versus the green rampy sneak attack deck. Our hand's okay. We have double tutor and frantic search, so even though it's a little bit slow, I don't mind keeping it. Turn 1 Noble Hierarch, yeah. Do I want to upkeep Tutor? Or Mox Diamond? Or Chrome Mox? And then grab Tinker after? I can do no, because I can just play Signet next turn. Yeah, we'll just go for Sphinx next turn, I think is probably the best line. Probably. Like I said, when they have Craterhoof and Sneak Attack in their deck, it's not even a for sure thing that Sphinx wins. But it's a pretty fast clock. It has lifelink. It has pro red and green, you know? They discarded land and a Mox Diamond of their own. Yeah, Minsk and Boo's really good too. So I'm going to take 6 damage here. They get a treasure. Okay, yeah. It's got to be Tinker for Sphinx. I go to 12. Grab Tinker. Get the Sphinx. And hope they can't do anything to it. I actually need to kill Minsk and Boo here first, too. Because otherwise they can make the Boo big and sack the Boo or any other thing. And Craterhoof is still likely to kill us. Pretty good, though. First strike, flying, vigilance, lifelink, pro red, pro green. Man, I wish I just tinkered for that last match. Ah. Oh, are they going to sack Boo and draw 4 cards? I like that play. Yep, that's probably their best plan of action here. So I'm going to, I think... Well, it depends if I draw a land. If I draw a land, I can Imperial Seal for Toxic Deluge, and then Frantic Search, draw it and cast it and wipe their creature board. Escape to the Wilds. Uh-oh. They could go Sneak Attack plus Fatty next turn, too. That's not good. That is not good. Another 1-mana spell? Oh. Come on, untapped land here, please. Perfect. Okay, so land. We want to attack with Minsk and Boo, or attack with Sphinx at the Minsk and Boo first, because we're about to shrink our Sphinx. So go to 14, then I'm going to go back to 12. Toxic. Frantic. Now I'm going to go down to 10. Okay. So, still might be dead. Remember, sneak attack and any huge fatty Eldrazi or whatever. Here it comes. Let's see it. Where is it? What is it? Any Annihilators, game over. They could just put out, like, a couple of random green creatures and then hoof, too. That'll do. Yes, because I have to chump it. Alright. I shouldn't have actually let them see what was in my deck. You know what? If we were at 11 life there, I could have survived. I just take the hit for 10 and then go from there, but yeah. Alright. So, like I said, early Sphinx versus Sneak Attack is not a guaranteed win. If they were just like a normal red-green deck, sure. Or if we were playing against the mono-red deck, we were playing first round, sure. But I think generally, unless I'm pretty low on life, we have to just tinker for the Citadel. Alright, game 3. Keep getting these hands. I don't even think this is necessarily a bad keep. It's all mana sources, but Frantic Search does a lot of work. So we're going to go with turn 1 Triome, turn 2 Untap Land Signet. We can just turn 3 Chalice on 2. That's not a bad line. Like, yeah, here we go again. Okay. Yeah, so next turn I can go Chalice into Signet as well. And then Frantic Search the following turn and hope to find some action. If they kill Golgari Signet this turn, then I'll just go Signet and Chalice on 1 instead. Pyretic Ritual? Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, that's a turn 2 freaking sneak attack. I think we just let them... I mean, if they have it, they have it. Okay, that's not an outright win. That does exile 20 cards, but that's not an outright win. I'm a lot of goodies gone. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We still have 6 lands in our deck? Maybe that is game over. I guess I just have to pass here and hope they don't have another fat sneak attack hit, and that I can cobble enough, like I need to get to 10. Maybe they ping themselves for a little bit of damage too. Speaking of high roll draws, our opponent, like, I don't know if any of our draws were going to beat that outside of turn 2 Tinker. Fable, sure. All right, cycle that. Vamp Tutor. I'm pretty sure we don't have enough to win anymore. What's still in our deck? We have like a Jace in our deck. No, Jace is the last card exiled. So 5 lands, 3 spells. I guess we can't win, can we? Unless they deal damage to themselves somehow. There's no way I can Tendrils for 20, and I took out the Ignite Memories, right? Yeah. Well, that's what you sign up for when you play Vintage Cube, so good beats. That's all you can say. Ay. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't get to the necessary amount to win. GG's! Alright, well, I did not expect to start 0-2 with this deck, but the very first round was definitely winnable. I don't think that second round was winnable, given our draws and given the opponent's draws. Not much I could have done there, I feel like, so... Let's try to scrounge together a 1 and 2, but man, I'm really sad that this deck is not performing, well, it's not performing poorly, it's just... Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, we'll go to the next game, try to get the third. Okay, here we are for the third and final round of this Vintage Cube Draft with our Wonky Storm. How do we look here? This is a... Ooh, actually, no. This is not a turn 3. Well, actually, no. We can keep this hand. We can keep this hand. All we need to find is 1 more land, and we can go Vamp Tutoring for Tinker and doing some Tinker nonsense. It's never a bad line of play, right? Something like that seems fine. Uh-oh. Oh, Reanimator, okay. Well, I guess I can go Vamp Tutor end of turn here instead, right? Oh no, they're all tap lands. Okay. So let's grab a red black source. That's pretty awkward. That doesn't do anything without a land. So, I guess... the opponent's gonna look at my hand and be like, what? I guess we just have to let it all happen here. What do they even take? DAC or Tutor, I guess? Yeah, they took the DAC. Okay, well, I mean, that gives me outs for Tinker. So I won't be able to Vamp Pyrrhic for Tinker and then cast it on the same turn. So we just draw for turn. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess now that's instead the play here. They discarded Coma. So if they find a reanimate effect, then Coma is going to hit the battlefield and we might have a bad time. Urza's Saga Reanimator. Incoming Necromancy, maybe? Yeah. Well, that probably does her then. Not sure we're going to be able to beat that. Okay. Selesnya Signet pass. Take 9. So the only way we win is if they mess up. Because I'm going to go Tutor for Tinker. And the only way I can win is if they don't tap any of my permanents down. I don't think we have any other outs. So we go to 6, we grab Tinker, and we have to cross our fingers that everything goes right. But if they play it correctly, they're going to tap some of my permanents, which they did not do. Okay. So that gives us a chance, however small. Its activated abilities can't be activated. Yeah, so Citadel doesn't care about the activated abilities. Oh. Oh. Maybe there's a world. Maybe there's a freaking world where this goes off. Hold up. This could freaking work. No, see, tapping the Citadel doesn't matter. Unless I was planning on sacking 10 permanents. That's not an activated ability. So we're at Storm 3. Storm 4. Let's see, I can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can then... We could Tendrils into Memories? I think that's the play. After the Tendrils, we're also gaining a bit of life here. So we can start recasting spells off of the top. Yeah, Tendrils, Sphinx, and then Memories for 7. Unless they have 2 zeros in their hand. Or like 2 1s. But if they have anything, this probably wins. Entomb in response. Okay. Do they have another? Ah, they did, and a land. Oh, did I mess up? Could I have actually cast... No, that wouldn't have mattered. All right, so we're still not dead, though. Because Sphinx has pro green, which means Coma can't tap it down. Oh, I guess I still lose, don't I? Damn, that's unlucky they only had Entomb in hand. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, this isn't good. I have pro green. So they need to tap my Academy, I guess is what they should be doing. And they didn't. Chrome Mox for free. Ready. They should absolutely be tapping my mana sources here, and they're forgetting to. We just need to find, like, Time Spiral. Oh, we can sack the, we can sacrifice the... Chrome Mox to get Lotus Bloom back, too, for extra mana. Let's see, how do I float this? Filter through that, filter through that. Stack. I guess they can tap to ready now in response. Oh, maybe that was a slight mistake. I should be using the Planeswalkers as I cast them, or as I find them. But I shouldn't even be in this position in the first place. They gave me a window by not tapping down some of my permanents. Yeah, see, that was my mess up. Taking control of their Worm Coil doesn't do anything either now. So draw 2, discard 2. There's Imperial Seal. One, two, three, four, five. 5 blue. Yeah, I messed up not activating Duretti first. Well, what happens if I just Jace bounce their Coma? We win that game too, right? Yeah, actually, no. We Jace bounce Coma. There's nothing relevant of mine they can tap anymore. I hit them down to 4. I gain 6. I go to 8. Even if they attack with everything, I still win. This is a crazy game. Is there anything that I can Imperial Seal on top for that will also win the game? What else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 2 more permanents to hit him for 10. Cast Seal. I could put the top on top and see if I could hit like a Signet or something. That's a little bit risky though, right? Because if I just pass, I win as well. Yeah. So no risk necessary. They need to top deck something. Are you kidding? Are you absolutely kidding? They top deck Liliana. Wow. Insane. Well, that's a bad beat for sure. Okay. You know, sometimes it's just not meant to be. I think this deck is pretty sweet, but come on. So yeah, my line after gaining the life there was to seal for top and then draw a couple cards, and maybe if I hit 1 or 2 of these other permanents. But I don't have that many permanents in the deck, so I don't know. That was kind of funny. We shouldn't have been in that in the first place, right? If they just Coma tap down my Tellurian Academy, I can't do anything. But they gave me the opportunity, and then I messed it up as well. So what am I supposed to do with Duretti there first? Or you know what I could have done? I could have Dax, stolen Worm Coil, sack the... No, because that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Oh, wait, no. Dax, steal Worm Coil, sack Worm Coil to Duretti, get 2 tokens. Oh, but then they can just tap the Citadel in response. I don't know. In the end, they top decked a sacrifice effect that kind of sucked, but if we go 0-3, so be it. Sounds reasonable. Turn 1 Triome, suspend Bloom. Ah, these games. Sad games. Turn 1 Sleeper is fine. We're going to play Foothills here. And I don't think we're going to seal anything yet. I would fetch for one of our other Triomes and then seal anyways. Sure, Pack Rat. So we have blue, black here. Let's get red, or sorry, blue, red. Yeah. That's too bad that we drew the Sphinx, but we have Duretti. So we can Duretti the Sphinx back in next turn, potentially. Guess I'm just gonna DAC here. Discard Sphinx. Discard land is fine. Odds are we probably win next turn. Because we should be able to go and grab Citadel and then Trinket Mage for top. Right? If I Imperial Seal for... Well, I guess I would have to sack the Lotus Bloom for Tinker. It's got to be the right play, though, right? Because that way I don't have to play a land. Oh, no, I guess I would have to play a land. Knowing that they have Liliana, it's not that tempting to just get the Sphinx out either. Okay, so let's seal. I mean, it's the same difference, right? I grab Citadel or I grab Tinker. Yeah, it should be the same difference. I have to play the land out either way. Chalice is free. All right, let's discard the Duretti now. Hope we find some spells on top. Nope, we hit a land immediately. Ay, ay, ay. So hopefully I don't take too much damage here, but now we have the Trinket Mage to grab Sensei's Divining top. Oh, wait, that doesn't draw. Sorry, a lot of this doesn't draw. Okay, well, I can't cast Time Spiral anymore. Oh, wait, if I grab top now, I can't draw with the top. Oh. This game, these matches have been so unfortunate. Oh, no. All right, that's freaking hilarious. Ah, gonna need to get lucky. Okay, that's good. That gives us a little bit of hope. Because now I can at least bounce the Sholdred to hand for a turn. I don't get to do much here. I'm gonna need to get very, very lucky. Yeah. Oh, look at all the... how many times are we going to hit our triumphs, too, off of these? Insane. Okay. GG's. We'll just kill ourselves. This is going to be the funniest 0-3. So, with slightly different things going our way, I think this could have been a 3-0. But it felt like in every single match, something went wrong, right? In round 1, if I just tinker for Sphinx in game 2, we win there. But instead, I tinkered for Citadel, and then they ended up having a bunch of mono red cards. In game 2, or round 2, we played against the Sneak Attack, where we did get, in fact, get to tinker for Sphinx, and then they just had Sneak Attack to get through the Sphinx. And then the other game where we tinker Citadel, I don't remember what happened, but all right. 0-3, you don't see it very often, but here it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, because the games were still kind of fun, even though it was a lot of dirtle. Like I said, this deck was missing a few key pieces, I think, but overall, it did have potential, and that potential was never fully realized, at least in the overall matches. But thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe. I'll see you back tomorrow for some more Vintage Cube nonsense. Bye-bye.